Okay, hello everybody. I'm Akamitsu, and I'm going to show you how to work the potion brewer. So we want to start with. So I'm going to show in this shulker box. This is absolutely everything you need to brew any potion in Minecraft. This is it. So as you can see, we've got the blaze powder that goes in the side of the brewing stands. The glass bottles, obviously, for the water. The nether wart, unless you're making a weakness potion, you will always need nether wart. And then you've got these 9, from which you can make any type of potion except for weakness. And then you've got redstone, which will add duration to the potion effect. Say if you were making adding golden carrots for night vision, you could make it go from lasting 3 minutes to lasting 8 minutes by adding redstone dust. Although I'd recommend only using glowstone dust if you are making instant health or instant damage potions, because they are instant potion. You cannot add duration, and adding redstone dust will break the entire contraption. You'll have to reset it. It's a big pain in the bum. You don't really want to do that. So yeah, I'd say stick to adding redstone dust unless you're using instant health or instant damage. Anyway, so we've made night vision. We've added duration to it. Now if we add fermented spiderite, that will invert the properties and it will go from night vision to invisibility, and that's really cool for pranks. So, and if you're in a big group, you might want to add make it into a splash potion with gunpowder, which is exactly what I'm going to do, because then if you've got lots of people stood in a group, one potion can apply that effect to multiple people, so you don't have to brew loads and loads of potions for every individual person, and you can just plus once it's splashed on the ground, it's much quicker than drinking it. So yeah, so I'll grab my blaze powder, nether wart, golden carrots, redstone, fermented spider eye, and gunpowder. I'm also going to take the glass bottles, and I'm going to take 13. This could be of any item or any block, as we're going to set up our entire potion brewer. There should be no items anywhere at all. So to start off with, we want to make absolutely sure this redstone lamp is off, and this is because this is the master on-off for the entire contraption. We don't want it turning on while we're adding items, so we're going to leave that off for now. So over here, underneath this trapdoor, we're going to go underneath the entire potion brewer, so we can add blaze powder to all of the potion stems. I've just added a trapdoor here because it's handy for jumping up here and having access to every single potion stand. So first off, I'm just going to add 1 blaze powder to every single one of these. Now, if you've done it all right and you've put 12 in and you started with the stack, you'll have 52 blaze powder left, which means we're all sorted for that, and we can move on to the next step, which is over here. You can access this hopper, and you want to put 13 of any item in, and it absolutely must be 13. And you can see it's funneling into this hopper underneath the redstone block. Absolutely spot on. Now these 13 items are very important. Any less than that, and the entire machine breaks. Any more, and it'll just be a lot slower, which is fine, but you want to have at least 13 items. 13 is spot on what we want, so it's as quick as possible. And now we can go back up to the top. Next, we are going to add some glass bottles in here. Now, normally you just add glass bottles into here to fill up, but because we're just starting out on the potion brewer, we're going to go into this dispenser here, and we're going to spread out our empty bottles all the way around it, because we need all of these slots to be filled for this dispenser to automatically put water into the brewing stand down here. Now we're going to press this button 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now this brewing stand should have all 3 water bottles in there, and we should have 3 in this hopper. Now there should always be 3 in here, but if you walk around here, you might accidentally pick an item up from through this trapdoor, If you do that, don't worry, just throw it in the hopper or press the button another time and you'll be fine. Also, the more glass bottles, the better, so I'm just going to put a load more in. Yeah, the more the better. And then, oh yes, now all these levers on the floor are for locking these hoppers. So for now, we want to turn all of these levers on. That means no items at all are going to be going into the brewing stands, which is what we want. So first off, we're going to go to this first one next to the glass bottles, and we're going to add a stack of nether warts. Oh yeah, also, when you start off, I highly recommend using the same amount of all 5 of these items, so that all 5 of these hoppers have the exact same amount. This is really important later on when you're refilling or if you're swapping between potions, that you've started off with the exact same amount of every item. It makes everything go a lot more smoothly later on. So we're going to do that. So we're going to start off with 1 stack of everything. So 1 stack of nether wart, 1 stack of golden carrots for me. Obviously for you it could be anything else. Redstone, or you can do glowstone if it's instant health or instant healing you're wanting. And in this next one we're going to go fermented spider eye. And in this one, to finish off, we're going to put our gunpowder in. We're going to go under this trapdoor, and in this shulker, and this hopper rather, back here, we're going to put the rest of the blaze powder. This is the least important thing, but yeah. Oh, also, I almost forgot. These lamps light up when you run out of that item. So when these lamps turn on, you need to restock the item on top. So for me, I've actually forgotten to add the shulker boxes. So as you see over here, there's a barrel where I can put all my empty shulker boxes ready to get filled. And because I forgot them, there's actually one more thing down here to do. Really sorry guys. So what you can do is either take a shulker box and place it just there, like that. And as long as it's placed underneath that hopper, you are all ready to go. In fact, so as we start, it's really important that we listen to the beeps of the note block over here, because as every time the potion stands move, that's 10. They move every 10 seconds, and so the potion brewer that's starting here, after the first beep it will be under this, and under the second beep it will be underneath the next item, and then 2 beeps later it'll be under the redstone, 2 beeps later under the fermented spider eye, 2 beeps later under the gunpowder. So to start off, we want to unlock this hopper with the nether warts. And as you can see, none's going in because this green circuit here has got really good timing and will only add an item just before this potion stand moves, which is really important. So anyway, we're going to start this up and flick the lever on and listen for the first beep. There's number 1. Oh, I've got the water by accident. And then when we hear the second beep, we need to flick off this lever. There's number 2, and we can flick that off. And that's so that once the water bottles, awkward potions have been brewed under here, they can get the next item. It's number 3. And then on number 4, we'll flick this lever off. There we go, that's beep number 4. We can flick that lever off. Wait for 2 more beeps. That's 1. And that's 2. So we're going to flick this lever next. And then we wait 2 more beeps so we can flick this lever off. 1. 2. Oh, I got one of the water bottles again. But now we should be all spot on, and within about 90 seconds we should get our first shulker box of potions, and we'll be able to see if we did the setup correctly or not. Let's have a look. Yep, spot on. So our first batch is spot on. So that means we've set up the entire thing correctly. So if you find that the potion brewer isn't working for you, unfortunately you just need to take all the items out, absolutely everything. So all the shulker boxes out, all the glass bottles out, everything. You need to empty everything and then start refilling. So basically restart this segment. You don't have to rebuild anything, but you do have to refill everything, which is a big pain. Oh, that's because I've been picking up these water bottles. That is beeping to let us know that we're low on water bottles. Also, there's going to be another happy little like ding if when the shulker box is. There you go. Leo, we're getting close. A ding when the shulker box is done, and it'll go straight through there into the double chest. So let's have a look at our first shulker, and we're absolutely spot on perfect for our first shulker. There we go. So I'm really happy with that. So once you've got that all sorted, you can now move on to, say you want to make something else instead of invisibility. Let's say now we want to make some some splash harming potions. So we are going to take the usual blaze powder, and it's not weakness, so we're going to take nether wart. And we first need healing, which is what we get from glistening melon. And because it's instant, we absolutely should not ever add redstone. We're going to take the glowstone instead. And because it's healing and we want to invert it into harming, we're going to take the spider eye. And because it's splash, we're going to take some gunpowder. So now we can add to these and make sure these again are all the exact same amount of all of these. Oh, for goodness sake, these water bottles. So now we can refill, and because we put the same amount of items in at the beginning, when they all run out, all of the invisibility potions will be finished, and as soon as whatever is after these enters the brewing stands, it's making its next batch, if that makes sense. So we can put the nether wart in for the next ones, the glistening melon in there, glowstone in for the next one, the spider eyes in for the next one, and the gunpowder. And then go back here, add some more blaze powder, and that should all be good. So we can add some more. Why not? Let's add some more glass bottles, because it goes through them really quickly. I highly recommend having a trading hall to get glass for glass bottles, and also a shulker farm, because this is designed to be for late game, and if you've got like a huge demand for potions for whatever reason, it's really good at making loads and loads of just one particular type of potion. Also, this is something I meant to mention. The inverting, as you can see, these splash potions in night vision, they haven't been inverted into invisibility. And that is one flaw of the design. I don't know why, but the inverting has a 2% failure rate. So that's 1 in 50 batches of potions. Yeah, so these three, that's all one batch. There's 1 in 50 of these don't get inverted, and I don't know why. I have tried really hard, I've tested it, but that's the best I can do for some reason. If, say, you didn't want to invert it and you just had this off, every potion will be perfect. It's just if you want to invert it, there's a 2% failure rate you need to look out for. So anyway, that's the second batch. Let's look at the third one batch. Again, you can see it's all spot on. Also, I want to have a mention with the instant health and stuff. I've added the glowstone. If you had added redstone by accident, it's one of the most common mistakes anyone can make. If the way that you'll be able to tell is these shulkers will be full of mundane potions and awkward potions, and that is because the redstone will jam the system, and when you add. And when it gets to here, it will still have the redstone in the top. It'll add it to the water bottles, and it makes loads of mundane potions. So that's how you know what's happened. It's a bit of a pain to fix. You just have to again empty everything and start from scratch. Because again, you don't have to rebuild anything, but you would have to refill. Other than that, you're pretty much ready to go. And also, if you can deliberately, if you wanted to, leave just like a few items in here so that it'll only make, if you wanted to make exactly say 1 shulker's worth at the beginning, you could only put say 9 items in here, because 9 batches is 27 potions, which is 1 shulker box. So if I had 9 of the added there, 9 in here, you know what I mean? If I'd put 9 in when I was refilling these for the next potion, then I would get exactly only 1 shulker box full of that. So that's quite a good practice to have, is putting multiples of 9 of the items, in these hoppers. So you'll get a perfect shulker. You won't have any like we wouldn't have a shulker with half night vision, half splash harming. You'd have exactly like one per one of each, one of just night vision, one of just splash harming, which is really good. I'm not sure what else there is to go over actually, because this is everything you need. You can turn it off. That button, don't worry about it. That happens just because I've switched it off, because the off switch actually is connected to the automatic off, which means if any of these items run out, so if any of these lamps turn on, say, oh, something needs restocking, the machine will automatically stop, so it doesn't make any, like, it doesn't waste any potions. It will only brew things if it can. It'll only brew the potion you want if it can brew the potion you want, which is a really nice feature. So yeah, if you leave this on and then you fly away and you come back, it's safe to do that. The only thing to bear in mind is this 2% failure rate. If you're flying in and out of the chunk while this is turned on, that's going to be a lot more. So if you're inverting, if you're using fermented spider eyes, I would just AFK near the potion brewer. If you're not AFK and you're flying here and there, I would only do that if you're not using fermented spider eye. If you're not using it, you're fine. You're fine to fly around, do whatever you like, leave this running. It's pretty safe. So yeah, just remember these glass bottles are the most important and kind of annoying part of the potion brewer. So yeah, if you start hearing, say, if it's low, you might sometimes get this not filling up to 3, and then you'll get a bum bum. Yeah, you'll hear that twice. Every time it ding. Every time it beeps, you'll get 2 bums. When the water bottles need restocking, that's kind of important. If it's just one like boom noise, it's something else that needs restocking. If it's 2, it's the glass bottles. That was kind of a happy accident, so you can tell the difference. Yeah, keep an eye on the water bottles. They're the most important part. Oh yeah, of course. If you want, you can expand this bit higher, make the bubble column higher, everything like that. But obviously, a double chest full of shulkers of potions, that's going to be more than anyone will need, right? I mean, you can expand that if you need. If you're making tons, you can. Oh, also, if these hoppers are absolutely completely full, then the potion brewer will, you can AFK for about an hour, and I shall come back to that. Okay, so as I was saying, if you're wanting to AFK here for a really long time, so for, say if these hoppers were absolutely full, like when you started, and you would end up AFKing for about 54 minutes, and you'd go through all of the items, and you'd make about 34 shulkers until you put some more items in. So if you had full hoppers of everything, absolutely everything, if you did that, you'd need to have, I'd say, at least 34. No, basically, to fully stock this thing, you're going to have to fill all of the hoppers, so 5 stacks of all of these plus the blaze powder, at least 24, well, I'd say 24 stacks of glass bottles, and about 36 shulker boxes. That's full how you can fully stock it. And then if you AFK, you'll get about 34 shulker boxes full in here in about 54 minutes. So literally AFKing for an hour will make more potions than I think any single player person would ever want in their lifetime, which is really good. And then if you want to get, obviously, if you've got 53 potions, you might think, well, sorry, 53 shulkers, I mean, you might think, well, where's the other 1.5 that I should get gone? Because there's, and that's because the potions will still be in here. Like now, it's paused. Not all of the potions have been sucked out. They're still in. They're still in here, only part way being brewed. Now that's one slight flaw in the design, is that because to make sure that it's so fast, there's always going to be about 1/3 shulkers in the brewing stands at any one time. So to finish off one brew, you kind of have to start a new one, which is a bit of a pain, but I still am really, really happy with it. So I think that just about covers everything. So yeah, shulker box every 90 seconds. So that comes to 40 shulker boxes an hour, but that's if you add like more on top of these if you're refilling the hoppers as it's going, stuff like, or adding chests on top of these. Yeah, but 40 shulker boxes an hour, really, really fast, really cheap design. It's very reliable, again, apart from the 2% failure rate over here. And don't stand near these water bottles. Make sure this is filled up with at least 24 stacks at any one time, and that means, and it'll be 15 stacks in these hoppers at the bottom. So you'll want it basically up to 18. So you'll want glass bottles up to fill these 2 rows, and before you AFK, only AFK for about an hour. There's no point doing any more, and you'll be absolutely fine. So with that, I think thank you very much for watching, and see you all later. Goodbye.